Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. My name's Car with my BFF Keyan. Wow. Yeah. Welcome to the Stacker News Live, Stackers. How you doing?
I'm good. Are you okay though?
No, there was something coming out of me.
Yeah, what was it?
I don't know. It was weird.
It sounded like
because I totally was just going to do a normal delivery, but I was like, you know what? I'm feeling extra special this week.
It didn't really sound special. It sounded like a tired demon was crawling out of you.
Dude, last week we ate dinner in a cave. I didn't tell you about this, did I?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I didn't, dude. So we did ATVs on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest tour guide ever. Guy was literally loco. He took us to a cave to eat our dinner. It was dark. It was dark outside. But dude, I'm telling you, like, eating in a cave sounds crazy, but dude, it's actually really majestic.
Okay.
And the food tasted the same. So whatever they have down there in caves for eating, for meat, tasted fine to me.
Oh, is it like it was a restaurant in a cave?
Right, Jim? It was a restaurant in a cave.
I think he has.
Oh, he has headphones on? He's ignoring us?
Yeah,
he's like, I don't want to be a part of your
He can hear me.
I don't want to be a part of your show.
He has ignore car.
Hey, it was that meat that we had in the cave, right? That was actual meat from animals in the cave, right? That wasn't like outside cave animals. It was bad. You didn't like the meat in the cave? Oh, bat meat. There you go.
It probably wasn't bat meat, was it?
Okay. Tasted like bats. Dude, bats are good.
Okay.
You think we brought back a virus?
That's right, Car.
I have a cowboy handkerchief. There you go. Anyways. No, I don't want to wear that girly hat. That's Pleb Poet's hat. Cool. Stackers. Keyan, how was your week?
That was my week. It was pretty good.
Did you eat bat too this week?
I did not eat bat. I've never eaten bat. I don't have any plans to eat bat.
That's too bad.
Do not serve me bat without me knowing it. Those are all the warnings about bat that I can think of.
Would you rather eat Z-bugs or the bat?
I'd probably rather eat a bat. I think it's probably like more on the human menu than a bug.
That's what I'm saying. If Klaus Schwab, if he really wants to take over the world, just meet us somewhere in the middle. Like, we can agree on bats, just not Z-bugs.
We have a lot of bats here in Austin. We probably do pretty well.
You could probably get bat here in Austin, I would imagine.
No, I don't think I haven't seen it anywhere.
There's like Bat City, so like they'll do like this whole thing where it's like Bat City pies, Bat City bikes, Bat City IT, Bat City whatever. That's what they usually. So we could probably do one of those where Bat City restaurant and it's like on the menu bats.
How do you think they serve bat?
Probably wings closed.
Okay.
Like you probably have to buy them.
But they serve it with the wings on? It's like wrapped in a banana leaf type of thing. It like cooks in the wings like wrap it and it cooks in its own juices.
I would imagine probably smoked. Like you smoke the wings and then you know that little center.
Like you put like buffalo wings.
Yeah, and then you know that little center right there. They probably like put that on a platter and then you just kind of like eat the heart, eat the liver, all those other things.
Okay.
And they probably take off the head because who wants to eat bat head?
Who wants to eat bat?
Sounds like I already have.
Yeah, for real.
So what did you do this week?
What did I do? I do my normal thing, which I work and then I go home and I sleep and then I work.
You were working pretty late this week, huh? You're right there along with me. I was surprised. My day usually starts later than yours, but
I work that late every day. You just usually don't work.
Really, every day?
I think I left one night at 9, and usually I'll leave from 8 to 9.
So you usually work from 8:30 till 9?
I work from 8 in the morning most days till 8 at night is my goal. That's the goal I set. This morning I got in here at 6, and I'll probably be here until 8 or 9.
Wow.
That's what I...
Dang. I didn't know.
8 to 8 is like my
For some
minimum.
reason, I thought you came in like at 8:30, 9, and then you just stayed till at least 7 or 8.
Every day I'm here until 8. I never leave before 8.
Wow. This is good to know. Stackers. This guy. He's working for you.
That's right. I mean, I work for me. I enjoy working. So it makes me feel good. When it goes well. When it goes poorly, I don't feel good at all. I feel like crap. But that's part of the roller coaster. What did you do this week?
It's a lot of stuff. We're trying to figure out the whole lease stuff here, and then
we had some good news, didn't we?
Yeah, some good news. Can't announce anything yet, still early. And then still trying to figure out the TabConf stuff. So we think we got that ready to go. Startup Day stuff, still got to wrap that bow.
Do you have a stage at TabConf this year?
No, so I don't know if I should share. Oh, no, I'm not going to share anything because it's behind the scenes stuff, so shouldn't share that stuff. But it's going to be a great time. We'll start promoting it next week, and I think if you're interested in doing a hackathon, you should definitely come to TabConf because it's the best place to do a hackathon, in my opinion. You actually get money, so not these other places you don't get money, but this one you get it. Boom, right there.
Oh, they give it to you immediately?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We're also going to have a swag bag this year, so you'll get some cool swag hacker stuff. Get your TabConf tickets.
They're pretty affordable, aren't they? Like,
super affordable.
They're like what, like $250 or something?
Yeah, super affordable. And then you can also just come hang out. It's like one of the best conferences, that's out there.
Yeah, and Atlanta's got a lot of museums, and
it's going to be at Georgia Tech this year, I think, or Georgia State, or I forget which Georgia.
Oh wait, it's at one of the universities.
It's at the universities this year, yeah.
Ooh, that's cool.
So I'm sure they'll bring in some noobs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll have a whole thing there, so it'll be fun. Looking forward to that. And yeah, Stackers. If you've never seen this show, if you're probably wondering who's this goofy guy with the hat, that's Keyan. He's the one that made this website that we're looking at here.
Yep.
And it's the front page of Bitcoin. You go there, you drop some links, you share some comments, and you get sats. You get the hardest money ever made on Earth, once in millennia technology. And you get those, and you get to bounce those out, and you get to hodl it like Darthcoin did this week. And yeah, come check it out. Stacker.news, front page of Bitcoin, where everybody gets to learn together.
Car turned into, if it started out as a demon, then transitioned to Mr. Rogers there at the end.
That's what you get. Tune in every week. The first top story is getting started with Alby Hub. This is from Darthcoin, September 26th. Bitcoin beginners territory, 53 comments, 12,700 sats. Baby boy, Keyan, what is Darthcoin up to this week?
Yeah, so this is a guide to Alby Hub. So Alby Hub was released, I don't know, it was maybe a couple weeks ago, but it's, I don't know, it's like I don't know, how would you describe it? It's like it's software you run on.
It's basically like Voltage, but more pleb. That makes any sense.
Well, they have a cloud service that's like Voltage, and so you can run Alby Hub in the cloud, and that's how they're more or less monetizing it, is they're running a service. But Alby Hub is open source software that you can also run on your own node. You can run on your laptop that connects to your node. You can run it on your laptop or another computer, and it has its own node in it, or it has a remote signer. Like Breeze. Basically, Darthcoin goes through all the options you have here. You can use an eCashment or a cashew mint and use that as a funding source. You can use Breeze Greenlight, which is a remote node where you hold the keys for it, which is becoming quite popular with a lot of like lighter client software, node software things. What else do they got in there? Baked in LDK node that communicates with Explorer, so it doesn't even need a blockchain there, like a cloud Explorer somewhere. And then it communicates with your Alby extension, and then this mobile app that they now have.
Even works with Umbrel and Start9.
Yep, and they have apps on Umbrel and Start9. You can put it on your Raspberry Pi. You can put it on any basic, basically any machine. Any computer.
Yeah,
probably Linux.
And so Darthcoin did a whole, looks like, write-up on how to do this.
Yep, kind of the more interesting bits of it, but they have a lot of options. They have a huge smorgasbord of various ways that you can get started using Lightning-powered applications with non-custodial funds, unless you're using eCash.
And you had Golu with the top comment. He said, "Thanks, Darthcoin. It'll help me become sovereign, as I don't have to depend on my brother for learning about setting up my first, no second, but first non-custodial wallet." The Morningstar said, "Thank you so much, sir, for making such a simple step-by-step guide." Seagull said, "No, I'm completely set it up. So relieved. Thank you so much. Great guide." Darthcoin said, "Send me a SNDM with your lightning address of that hub, and I'll send you 210 sats." There you go. You can send lightning DMs.
Yeah, little Ellen URL comments, but really awesome guide. And
we also had Alby this week. They were sharing this post. We released an Alby Go. That's part of this whole push this week for Alby. And then we also had Phoenix also releasing some stuff for Stacker News. And
no, so Phoenix didn't release anything for Stacker News. Alby,
okay.
So Alby released Alby Go, which
Okay.
is a mobile app that connects to your Alby Hub. And so that gives you like this clean, simple interface reminiscent of like Wallet of Satoshi.
Wallet of Satoshi.
Look at that, no tabs, just buttons.
What? Does it light up when you send, just like Wallet of Satoshi?
I know that's like the main feature. I'm sure they could add that. It probably has
Probably should add that. Get on it, Moritz.
I mean, Zeus has like this lightning animation that
I know.
happens on it. So
I like that. That matters.
It does matter. All that stuff
You feel the
matters.
power of the gods.
There's the demon again. But so you connect this mobile app to your Alby Hub, and now you have a mobile.
It would be cool if he does like a swarm, just like a
thing.
big old like bee swarm.
A lightning bee swarm.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
Cool.
Anyways, yeah, they released that this week. A big Alby push. Alby Go, and then
they're shipping like crazy.
So the Phoenix D is something completely different. Then I don't know why. I had
So Phoenix. So this is PREDYX wrote a guide on connecting a Phoenix D node that you're running somewhere to Stacker News and getting
theoretically
paid.
this could connect to Alby Go too, right?
Yes, you could put
Okay,
you could put Alby Hub in front on top of your Phoenix D, pointing to your Phoenix D, and then you can use your Alby Go mobile app to communicate to your Alby Hub, and now you have both a mobile payment solution and a node that can connect easily to external sources.
Then we also had the NWC Alby Hub. I think this is another one by PREDYX. He did the same thing, but for Alby Hub, right? NWC, Nostr Wallet Connect.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
a lot of Alby stuff, a lot of Nostr Wallet Connect stuff, and then we had Alby Hub with Darthcoin. Big Alby push this week on Stacker News. You surprised to see the big Alby push?
I don't know.
Keyan?
So I refute that there is a big Alby push. I think they're shipping a lot of products, but
It's a big week for Alby.
it's a big week for Alby.
So therefore a push.
I don't know what what that word means, but they do. Darthcoin. They recently released Alby Hub, so Darthcoin wrote a guide for it because he writes a guide for nearly every kind of.
So maybe a big Darth push this week on Stacker News from Alby, or an Alby Darth push.
You're saying things faster than I can help you
Take off the hat.
correct them.
All I'm saying in a long, drawn out way is that there's a good community push to get Alby to the masses on Stacker News this week, which is I'm a fan for. I think you should. I think every wallet should do it this way.
Okay. I think there are details there that are lost in
And the sauce.
under the word
There's
push.
there's a little oregano in there. There's maybe a little bit of hint of salt.
Because two of those posts that we shared were from PREDYX, who is writing guides for connecting external sources to Stacker News and have nothing to do specifically with an Alby product, although he uses Alby as an example of an NWC wallet. Anyway, that's what I guess that's what we get for covering four stories the same as one.
Yeah. Anyway, the main story from here, Stackers, is the Darthcoin one getting started. It was my call and lumping all this together so that way you can get it. Sorry, Wumble. You'll have to get all those in the comments or in the show notes. Anyways, great job from Darthcoin. We haven't done this in a while, but zap that son of a bitch right there. Zap that guy.
Zap.
He's probably right now getting drunk in his Frodo hut saying, "Car, stay in your lane." Or you know what? Darth never says that about me. He always says, "Car, get out of your lane." That's what he says. Get on the freeway.
I don't think he says either of those things to you.
I feel like he does.
Maybe in spirit.
In spirit. Look at that, dude. How could you not get behind a guy who is doing all this kind of stuff? I mean, let's take a second here. Really look at what he's done. Keyan, can you appreciate something like this?
He memes. He writes guides. He shames shitcoiners.
Honestly, if we didn't have Darth Coin on Stacker News, I don't know if the show would be nearly as interesting.
This show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
You're just like saying stuff today.
I'm in a good mood today.
Is that what happens? You just say whatever you want?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, usually
that's a pretty cool side effect.
Usually when I'm in a bad mood, it's just like
it's all business.
It's all like just drone car.
Oh,
if I'm in a good mood, I'll just let it loose.
Okay.
Just drinking coffee today. There's no Baileys in this.
Sure, there ain't. That's what someone with Baileys on their coffee says.
The next top story takes a wild turn. We got dealing with loneliness. This is from my skin. September 23rd meta territory. 68 comments. 12,000 sounds. Keyan, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, this was, I don't know, like a very well, I don't know, it was very enjoyable to read. And then also touched on something that if you look at some of the data and polling of people, a lot of people are experiencing loneliness and feelings of loneliness. And it's like we're at generational heights of feelings of loneliness. So it's a very like topical thing. And yeah, so they write about their own loneliness and then ask how stackers deal with their loneliness and how they think about loneliness. And I thought it was pretty great and got a lot of comments, a lot of great comments. Really worth going through and reading them. Like, very meaty, emotional comments. Yeah,
we got Desert Dave with the top comment. He said, "A few years back, I spent almost 2 years almost completely alone. Other than going to the store once in a while and visiting with my son every other weekend, I was alone. When my son did visit, I felt bad because I was quite depressed and struggled to show up for him the way I wanted to. For the most part, it was just me and my dog. I had pretty much given up on finding a partner that would fit me. I felt like too much of an outsider to be loved. I was very grateful for my dog, Dusty. He got me through some hard times. I was telling myself I didn't need anyone, but I was very depressed and really ready to give up. And then out of nowhere, I met my new love. I felt like as soon as I fully surrendered to the solitude, things shifted, and now I feel very loved, almost too much at times. I still have hermit tendencies, but I do think we all want connection in our lives. I'm very grateful." He goes on to say that he loves this person that he found. Keyan, what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. I think it's pretty relatable. If anyone's had like a period of time where they're really hermity, there's like an emotional inertia that you have to kind of get a lot of force to like reverse. And it sounded like he did it. It sounded like another person did it, helped him do it. And that's pretty cool.
Get the Bitcoin dating coach. She said, maybe a cliche response,
that's a she.
but shit, did I say that out loud? All right, fix it in post. Maybe a cliche response, but all the times I felt loneliness in my life, I embraced it and even befriended it. I sat with it and just let myself feel the feeling. I think that's one of the unique things about being human sometimes. We can feel this full spectrum of human emotions. Emotions come and go. I think someone said that a human emotion lasts for 90 seconds or so. I guess if loneliness is chronic and reoccurring, I would seek out ways to connect with others, one step at a time, maybe reading a book, volunteering to join a local walking club. There you go.
I like that. One step at a time. Not trying to overwhelm people.
Have you ever been lonely in your life, Keyan? You don't strike me as a lonely guy.
No, not usually. I'm not. Well, there was a period of time when I was working at the grocery store and I was surrounded by people, but I didn't have any. You
felt the most loneliness there?
I didn't have any close friends. And that was when I realized you just have to kind of make friends however you can. And it's even if you think.
Even if some don't leave you alone, right?
Yeah. Those ones, I don't know. But it's really, I came to this conclusion when I was working at the grocery store and I was quite young, is that having friends that are maybe not your ideal friends or having friends that are even bad friends are better than having no friends. Because this loneliness feelings are worse than a bad friend. And so, just that's why I recommend to anyone, put yourself out there, try to make your friends. You eventually, the bad friends are like stepping stones to the good ones usually too. So
crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to think when I've been lonely. I think the only time I've ever been lonely was immediately after my divorce. You remember that time? Like I was really lonely, but I wasn't lonely in the sense of like not around people. I was lonely in the sense of like my soul was hurting because it was going through that, and like it felt like I was missing the other part of my soul.
Yep. Yeah.
That's the only way I could describe it. I think I described it to y'all a couple times in the lab, but since then, been doing great. Now I actually don't get lonely at all anymore. I think finding God was a big part of that, but I don't think I've ever been lonely just in my life in general. If anything, I have too many people in my life, if that makes any sense. Like there's too many people I know. Mm-hmm. I've never had problems making friends. Yeah. So that's always it's been the other way around for me.
Yeah.
But the only time I ever experienced loneliness was during that time. Like it was like a good solid 12 months of like just feeling the excruciating missing of another person. But I don't know if that's loneliness. It's probably not loneliness. It's probably just like missing a part of yourself.
In this post, they describe the loneliness you're describing is the loneliness they are describing too, which is where their loneliness that they feel. Well, there's many different types of loneliness. Is that a lack of someone loving them in the way, perhaps in the deepest way, in the most meaningful way that someone can love you, which is this kind of life partner way. And so it sounds similar to what you were experiencing. And I think on some level, it's like especially with a breakup, it's really what you're feeling missing is like the habit. The habit is gone. The imprint of them is gone. You're like like if you're on like a certain kind of mattress, it'll.
Yeah, that totally happened.
Yeah,
that's why I slept on the floor I still sleep on the floor.
Oh, I wasn't talking about I was using a metaphor, but yeah, sure. That works too.
That's how I fix that. I do think there's something about like, I don't know if this is loneliness, more about attachment. I definitely grow attached to people. And then when they leave my life, I'm like, damn, I miss that person. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's not loneliness. That's just more like, you just grow attached to people over time.
Yeah. That's like a loss of someone. Yeah. Not exactly loneliness.
Yeah. Other than that, great post. Good. These is Mishkin, is he a man or a woman? Did he say?
No.
Okay. Curious. Anyways, these are great posts. Keep them coming. Definitely weird to see that in the top 5 on Stacker News.
Yeah, we got a lot of oddballs this week in the top 5, but it is what it is. That's what stackers want to see. That's what stackers like. That's what stackers happen.
Do. The next top story is what gets you up in the morning. This is from Desert Dave. Is it Desert Dave or Desert Dave?
Desert has 2 S's, right?
Oh, interesting.
Or is it the other? Yeah, Desert has 2 S's.
It's not Desert Dave.
Not Desert Dave. He lives in a desert. That's why it's Desert Dave.
September 21st, alternative territory, 124 comments, 1,479 sats. Look at that. That comment to sat ratio is off. Stackers, let's be better.
It's like, it's like the Rotten Tomatoes where you have like the audience score and
it's
the
like
critic score.
It's like having more chips at a queso party. It's like, dude, somebody screwed up here.
Yeah. I mean, because you can always just drink queso, but no one just wants to eat a plain chip.
Yeah, you should have more queso than chips. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyways, what's this about, Kim?
He's asking us how we get, like, what gets us up in the morning, what really drives us to meet the day.
Wow.
What motivates us, I think. But in his specific example, he says that he particularly enjoys sleeping because he has very vivid dreams. And perhaps if I had vivid dreams, I'd want to spend more time sleeping too. But I don't even remember my dreams. So I'm jealous, but yeah, so you can kind of take the question as you want. A lot of stackers chimed in.
Got Desert Dave says, all right, I'm going to drink some green tea with oat milk, no sugar, and I'm going to get to work now. I will not refresh every 30 seconds all day. I won't do it. God help me. Undisciplined said, there is literally an outside force that pushes me out of bed. Yeah. Gray Ruby said, my wife wakes up early in the morning, so I usually hear a rustling sound. If not, then I usually wake up, and then I hear her taking the dog out. Cool.
Yeah, Coins Reporter is interesting.
What did he say? It's me who gets up every myself. There's no one, nothing can get me up. Wow.
Well, they only sleep 4 to 5 hours a day. And I think I've asked Coins Reporter before, and they say they don't need to sleep that much, but they spend quite a bit of time meditating throughout the day.
Interesting. Dead Beef says, I don't dream, or at least I never remember them. When I go to sleep, I experience nothing, and then it's time to get up and repeat the drudgery of the day all over again. I don't understand. People don't dream, dude. I dream every night.
Everyone dreams. Some people don't remember them. Because it requires like waking up.
Something that I do differently.
No, it's fairly genetic. It's like the way you sleep.
Oh.
And if you wake up more in the middle of the night as you're sleeping, you're more likely to remember your dreams. And so you can also get in the habit of remembering your dreams. You have to like train yourself to do it if you don't already do it.
Yeah. It's usually the first thing I do when I wake up is like I remember my dream almost immediately. It's like where was I the past 4 hours or 5 hours, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's like a reflection. That's how I remember my dreams.
Oh, okay. Do you mean it's like a memory?
It's like, you know, when you get home from a long trip or something,
yeah,
and you immediately put all your stuff away and you sit down and you're like, it's a trip. And you just remember almost instantly.
I never do that. I never spend time remembering something. Maybe that's why I don't remember dreams. I don't like to do that.
Yeah, because you focus on the future.
I like to think a lot.
You don't even think about the past.
I like to not.
That's interesting. Maybe that's what the common denominator here is.
Yeah, that might be the thing. It might not. I don't think it's actually genetic, but it is. I think a habit.
People just who don't think about the past. So you never think about like yesterday what you ate, or anything.
I don't sit down and do it. I don't intentionally do it. I will try to do it if someone asks or I need to remember, but I do not enjoy doing that. I don't see the point in it because it's already happened. Why do I need to think about it more?
That's fascinating. Maybe there's more people like you out there.
There definitely are people. I mean, but everyone thinks about most people are either think about the future or they think about the past.
So what gets you up in the morning? That hat? Is it that goofy hat?
This hat is one thing that gets me up in the morning. I mean, it depends on but usually I'll get like literally why I get out of bed is because I don't want to commute or walk in or get an Uber if it's like busy. I hate being out in the city when it's busy. So that's one of the reasons. And then I also like to make sure that if there were any good stories that were shared overnight, they get zapped so that people see them. So those are like two literal things that get me up.
You up.
Yeah. But don't abstractly what gets me up is probably
the will.
Yeah.
The will to live.
Well, just to see things done, just to make myself, like I tie my sense of self and my feelings of worthiness to like my accomplishments or whether I'm executing on my goals. And so I'll feel like crap until I get something done for the day, usually. How about you?
I think for me, abstractly, probably God gets me up every day because I get up and
yells at
pray.
you?
Sometimes.
Car, get up.
Sometimes. I had a really vivid experience praying this past weekend.
Oh.
But what was I going to say? So that, and then separately, I think just like normally what gets me up, usually it's just an automatic timer like that just like goes off. Like, so no matter what time I fall asleep, I'll automatically get up at the same time. So it'll be like 8:30 or 9:30 or 9, somewhere around there, usually automatically. The only way I can get out of that if I start working out in the morning and stuff, then I can fall out of that habit. But I stay up late. I like working late.
Yeah, being up late's nice.
I feel like I'm more sharper at night than during the day.
You probably enjoy yourself more at night when you're getting a little...
I can think clearer.
Well, there's like less distractions probably too. It's another reason.
Yeah, I love writing at night too. That's another thing I really love doing. But hopefully one day I'll turn into a morning person. We'll see.
I don't think it works like that. I think you just have to...
I think you can.
Just accept the way you do things and be happy with it, right?
No,
I mean, you're waking up at 8:30.
I want to be a morning person though.
Why? What's the benefit of being a... Then you can't be a night person.
You get more of the day.
Would you
seize the day?
Would you give up your night?
See, it makes me wonder, like if the throughput would, like if the quality would drop. I would imagine it probably would if I was a morning person, or who knows, maybe it'd go up.
Yeah. Well, why be a morning person if
I I like
if
to
it's
see
due
people.
throughput's going to go down.
I like to see people because they're usually usually people in the morning that you don't see at night. Maybe not.
Yeah, I guess you don't get to intermingle with the morning people, the race of morning people.
Yeah, like Austin's a morning person. I never see him.
I don't think I think he's more of like a person determined to stay on a schedule.
He's morning. He's a morning guy.
I mean, he gets here in the morning, but I suspect
Jim's
he's more of a night,
guy.
like naturally a night guy.
He's a morning guy.
I don't think Jim is. I think most of us are probably.
You guys are morning guys. Me and Topher are more like daytime guys.
Okay. Well.
Anyways, I don't know how we got into that subject.
You got us there. That's always the answer.
The next top story is Nostr content moderation. This is from Bitcoin Error Log. I know who that guy is.
Yeah.
Doxed. September 25th, Nostr territory. There's 34 comments, 2,327 cents. Baby boy, Keyan. Why are we talking about Nostr on Stacker News? What's going on?
Yeah. We have a Nostr territory. Bitcoin Error Log, it's no secret, is John Carvalho. So CEO at Synonym, used to be CCO. What's CCO mean? Chief Customer Officer?
I don't know. CCO is Chief Communications Officer?
Oh, maybe community.
Communications.
Maybe communications. That makes sense. Okay, so it used to be a bit refill. I didn't know that actually. Zotica. He's been,
that guy. That's how I first knew John was. Be cash.
Yeah, I think that's what really, launched him into Bitcoin celebrity. Anyway, he's working for Synonym, and I believe, are working on a new iteration of their social protocol. They're a little more heavily using DHTs, these decentralized hash tables, which is like this distributed storage system. But I think they're also planning on using relays because they've seen how that works for Nostr and they like it. That's at least reading between the lines of it. I don't think they've made an announcement around this. But I suspect that's why he's asking, what does Nostr do for moderation? How does it deal with, people posting illicit content to these kind of public, open servers? And so, yeah, a few of us discuss it here. But largely what I've seen is primarily AI assisted moderation, because the AI moderation tools are actually pretty good now.
For Nostr or for just in content in general?
I've seen it quite a bit used in content in general. It's a very popular API as far as I understand. You have to trust that their AI is trained the way that you want to, I guess, if you're using it. But I think most people use it for is this illegal? Is this angry? Is this hateful? Is this, is this things that I don't want? And the API will give you back an answer. It'll classify it as, nudity or NSFW or something. And then you can not serve it or blur it or whatever. And so it's likely what a lot of Nostr people are doing. And then you have some clients are doing client-side filtering. And I know Damus, has all of its images blurred by default. I think you have to unset that, or maybe I set that at some point. I don't know. And then Amethyst has this kind of crowdsourced moderation. I'm sure there's a wide variety, but yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about moderation.
Did he play well? Said relays can silence accounts. Users can mute them. Better tools for moderation error in the roadmap. Undisciplined says, I believe there are also some AI filters. Battle Root says, Justin Shognan says, stir fry lets you pipe events through moderation logic. What's stir fry?
Oh, stir fry is one of the more popular relay implementations written in C++.
Okay.
It's what the Damus relay, I believe, is stir fry backed.
Bitcoiner 1 says, do you need a moderation in a communication protocol? Why not choose another relays that shows the content you want to see, or choose relays that ban the content you want to avoid? What is he saying there exactly?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of, he's asking what do they do? What are those relays doing that show the content you want to see or ban the content you want to avoid? What are they doing to do that? That's what his question is. So I don't know why. He must be viewing John Bitcoin Error Log's question as a user, how do I avoid certain content? But that's not what John is asking. He's asking how, like, what are they doing technically to get it done?
Darthcoin says, run your own Nostr relay. Your relay equals your rules. Bitcoin Error Log says businesses have to follow laws, so do individuals. It's just harder to enforce at scale. Furthermore, most people actually don't want to host certain types of images. Yeah. I don't really have an opinion on this. I don't. We're going to bring up another top story later about the dead internet theory, which I actually think where this is all really headed, but that's for later in the show. We'll get to our transhumanism part. You got any other comments on this?
No, I thought it was a good question. I like when people ask developer-y questions like this because it's fun to learn and talk about these things.
Because most people don't share these kind of secrets, right? Or not secrets, they don't share their stack.
There's just nowhere where I just don't know where you're asking these questions, and then the answers are evergreen and you can read them easily. And so I like that I can go through this thread and possibly learn something about how to do content moderation for a Nostr-like relay. That's mostly what I mean, because that's what this post is focused on anyway.
That makes sense. Cool. And I think that's all. No, one last top story. The last top story of the week is, what's your relationship with caffeine like? This alternative story, September 20th, Desert Dave. 148 comments, 2,205 sets. Keyan, what's your relationship with caffeine like?
Yeah, I wrote in here, but I have 1 cup of coffee usually in the morning, and then I'll either drink tea, like an iced tea or 2 throughout the day. Usually like a green tea, a nice green tea, or an oolong, a nice oolong, or I'll have another cup of coffee rather than tea.
What's a oolong?
Oolong is roasted tea.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's like it's not black tea, but it's like brownish.
I just started drinking coffee like 3-4 years ago because I never drank it my whole life, but I find myself drinking coffee all day now, which also sucks.
Yeah, it's addictive. It's like one of the most addictive drugs. It actually has the worst withdrawal score. Like when they do like pain and how much it sucked withdrawing, it's like one of the worst. It's like as bad as like heroin. I don't know if it actually is, but people rate it as bad as heroin.
That can't be bad as heroin.
That's what I imagine. Like, but most drugs though you can get off in like 3 days.
I feel like with heroin, there's like I've never taken heroin, but I feel like with heroin, there's like multiple things that you get addicted to there. You know.
Oh, you mean the sensations?
Not just the sensation, all sorts of other
I just mostly mean physiological withdrawal.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
But psychological withdrawal might be really intense on something like heroin.
Yeah. Crazy. I don't know how we got to heroin.
What is your day? So you said how many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
I think I drink coffee all day, you see me. I think I'm drinking it all day.
Yeah, but how many cups? What would be the count?
I don't know. Like today, I guess whatever this is. Was this like 2 cups or 1 cup?
I think that's just like 1 coffee, I would say, but maybe it counts as 2 if you're drinking it throughout the entire day.
Yeah. So this will probably be my last cup.
Okay.
But look, it's already like 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So Desert Dave went on tear today, drinks a lot of coffee. I think he's considering getting off. And yeah.
And everybody's quitting stuff in Stacker News, right? People are quitting coffee.
EK wrote his post about quitting. Pleb Poet wrote their post about quitting weed.
What's going on? Think we're moving into a different transitory period here as Bitcoiners?
No, I just think it's fun to talk. It's fun to get
fun to quit stuff.
It's fun to have some company when you're doing something hard, like quitting something you're habituated to.
So maybe we're just going to naturally get habitual quitter posts around September every year on Stacker News.
Why would it be September?
I don't know. Maybe it's the end of the year. End of the year vibes. Kind of like, I
don't feel like it's...
We should roll back. Somebody, Stackers, go back prior years, look at Stacker News around September. Are there other quitter posts?
Or don't. Because why? But yeah, it seems like there has been...
What are you quitting this year? Are you quitting anything?
I'm adding stuff. Adding new stuff. I'm gonna drink another cup of coffee.
You're gonna smoke more marijuana.
I don't smoke marijuana.
You're gonna do more heroin.
I don't do heroin.
I know, it's good. Okay.
I wouldn't
Get a
mind
bigger
trying,
hat.
though.
Get a
Probably-
bigger hat.
Probably nice. I do take kratom occasionally, which will.
What's that? Is that like medicinal stuff?
It's it's like an herbal thing that is popular, I believe, in Southeast Asia, but it interacts with opiate receptors
Whoa.
in the brain and body.
The way you say it makes it enticing.
Well, it interacts with the same receptors that opiates do, which is which is heroin is a class of opiate.
Whoa.
But it's herbal, and it's just it's illegal, and it's a nice chill thing that I've like. If I have these gummies, but if I were to take a weed gummy, I would have a little bit of different cognition than I really want to for about a week or two. With these, it's like next day, or even same day.
What was that powder you gave me? Like, I haven't tried it yet, but
Calm. So that's just magnesium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people take it.
I've heard
before
that's
bed.
like a big thing, magnesium.
It is. Yeah, a lot of people are deficient in
Magnesium.
like some basic minerals and vitamins, and that's a mineral that's pretty important for sleep.
Interesting.
That most people are deficient in. It's if you get it before bed, it can help you
Really?
sleep better.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Sackers, let us know in the comments what you're planning on quitting.
What are you planning on quitting?
I don't know. I don't really have anything to quit. Other than honestly, I'm being honest, probably soda. Need to quit soda. I picked that up this year again. No point.
That's a bad one.
Yeah, it's like heroin. That's probably like my heroin.
What does it make you feel like when you?
I don't know. It's kind of like an affinity thing. When I was a kid, like we would go to the movies and popcorn and soda. So it's like I have that kind of love for it. If that makes any sense. Growing up,
makes you remind.
And then
you
I
of something
never
good.
drank coffee or anything like that growing up. So
Yeah,
that would be the thing I need to quit probably. Like I need to get on the track.
Yeah, liquid.
Because I used to I go through spurts where I'll go years without drinking soda and then I'll come back to it. This is one of those years. Usually when I have more stress in my life, I bring it back.
Yeah, it probably makes you feel good. I mean, sugar is that way. It can make you feel pretty.
I've always
good.
had problems with sugar though.
I remember when I met you, you were really into lemonade. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, it was right.
You were told me about it. Like this was like the second time we met or something. You're like, I really like lemonade.
I do love lemonade. It was me.
Lemonade's
It was
great.
me trying to get off of soda. That's why.
Oh, I see. You were like trying to psyop yourself into lemonade rather than soda.
Now I
when met
psy
you.
up myself back into soda.
You got to psyop yourself back out.
I need to quit soda.
You can do it. Write a post on Saturdays about it. That's what everyone's doing.
Get some sats for it. No, I can do it. It's just so good.
It is
Anyways, cool. I think that's it, Stackers. That's all we got.
good. Those are the top stories. Yes.
Top 5 stories. We're going to get into my favorite part of the week. It's Keyan's post. Keyan, what's
Oh,
this?
yeah. So this was the 6th top story that wasn't meta. We had all those guides that we went over earlier that are awesome and we'll probably link to around the site forever. But this was the next top story of the 5 that wasn't meta. And I guess, Siggy very famously on Stacker News wrote a post about switching over to graphene. And they've been using organic maps rather than Google. They're trying to de-Google their entire life. So they're using organic maps, which is this open source mapping application. And he basically describes his happiness with it and is asking stackers what they do. And
Wow.
yeah, he says he also isn't navigating a lot, doesn't need navigation very much. So he's not super dependent on it in any serious way, but he said he's very impressed with how well it works, given that it's not backed by a $1 trillion corporation. And then and then he mentions that it doesn't have voice navigation, but a lot of stackers in the comments show him how you can add voice navigation to it, and so you can get a full blown experience. A full-blown mapping experience without the $1 trillion corporate spy agencies.
Yeah, I don't even, now that he mentions it, I don't use maps on my graphene phone at all, which is kind of interesting. I guess I've done without.
But you do too. You have 2 phones, don't you? You do.
Yeah, but
a normie phone.
Have a surveillance phone and then have my graphene phone, which I mainly use my graphene phone. But I didn't notice that I don't use maps. I didn't even think about looking it up though. So he's saying which is the best one to use?
Called Organic Maps.
Organic, interesting.
Looks like you can take them offline too, which is awesome.
Wow. So that might actually be better, just like a Jeep, right?
Yeah.
But don't those still ping though? I feel like those still ping satellites, don't they?
No, I don't. I mean, if you turn on GPS in them, but you don't have to have GPS on them. If you know where you are, you can locate yourself on the map and then use it.
I guess because I always know where I'm going. That's why I don't need a map.
Sure you do.
Interesting.
Never driven with you. We'll see.
Yeah, I know.
Kyle was actually pretty good. He would never use Kyle Murphy. He would never use navigation apps, and because I guess in the military that was like his job was to like in these places that are unmapped and like not really.
You'd have to use because he was the one that told me about the whole thing with the sun. You do like
he does like things with the sun, and he has like I'm sure he has some
he has an
unconscious
internal
memory
GPS
stuff. Yeah, I mean he got us lost a little bit one time, but he quickly corrected it. Usually when people get lost and they don't have like maps or anything, they get more lost. But he like immediately figured it out.
See, I'm also that guy. Like even when we were in like London, I don't mind asking people for directions. I don't mind being that guy.
You don't. I don't. I mean, people shouldn't. An excuse to talk to people.
But there's some guys that just will not ask for directions.
That's weird. I don't.
It's like a masculine thing.
That was a meme. Like you see it in some older movies where the wife is like, "We should just pull over," and they go, "No."
Even some women won't ask for directions these days too.
Huh?
I've been in trips where women won't even ask for directions. It's not admitting defeat if you need directions. Is it?
I don't think so.
Maybe that's a Sunday server.
I'm an idiot.
Maybe that's a Sunday server this week.
And I'm willing to admit I'm an idiot.
Is it defeat admitting to ask for directions?
No.
I don't think so.
It is not. That is my
conclusion. But here, like in Austin, I don't need a map. There's no stink. I don't need a map. Other cities, even then, I just ask for directions. I don't really look at the map.
Other people's mind is your
It's quicker.
Your map.
It's quicker.
It's also makes more easier to make more friends. You might accidentally make a friend.
Yeah, that's usually what
Get
happens.
a smile from a nice person.
This. I love that he said that it's just you can download it. That could be beneficial.
Yeah, the fact that it's offline is really cool because if you ever do hiking or anything, that's kind of critical. I would always do this thing where I download like a section of the map, but if the whole thing is offline, that's really cool. Then I never have to insert a SIM card.
Do you think you could travel across the United States without looking at a map, just using the?
I have terrible direction. I would use a map to get around my university campus. That's how bad my
and not just ask people.
Is. I'm willing to ask people, but in that case, it was easier to use a map.
Let's say you had to get across campus and you need to get to a science lab or something. You wouldn't just make your way, head there and like ask somebody, say, "Hey, where's the science lab for doctor or whatever professor?" You wouldn't just ask people to get there?
I would do that. There's like a base level of ignorance I'm willing to put on other people. And so I'll try to make an earnest try on my own before I ask so that I'm not like making it someone else's responsibility to figure out my shit. I hate it when people do it. It's the most frustrating thing in the world to me. Where people just ask me like dumb questions that it's like if they thought about it, they could figure it out. But they're like, I'll have him do it for me. I'll ask him. I hate that.
How do we get along so well then if I'm constantly?
Oh, I lock myself in my office, and I'm a morning person.
I ask you the dumbest questions all the time.
You're usually not that bad about it.
Oh, really? Okay, well that's good to hear.
Occasionally do I distinctly remember it was a couple months ago. The water thing was out, and you were like,
"Oh yeah,"
and you were like, I don't know how to do this, and looked at me like I was going to instruct you on how to do it, and I just walked away. Like I will not. I
didn't know how to do it because I didn't know how that water thing worked.
That's fine, but I figured it out on my own. You can too. I'm not your teacher of water? These appliances.
So apparently, Coob, he'll take you to water, but he won't tell you how to drink it.
That's right. There's no teaching a horse how to drink or something.
So you won't baby bird anybody water?
No, I've met too many people where they do that, and it just infuriates me. Gotta protect myself.
Don't come to Plub Lab and ask Keyan for the waters at.
They're like, it's like someone comes up to you and they're like, how do you tie shoes or something, or some dumb like that. Like where how do I get outside? It's like just walk out in the lobby.
Stuff,
and figure it out.
Your next post was PREDYX.
Yeah, so this might be a new segment that I'm going to try, depending on how it goes. But
What is it?
It is Top Boost of the Week.
Ooh, top boost, baby. Whoa.
Yeah, so PREDYX is a lightning-powered prediction market. And
Some of these predictions.
yeah, ChatGPT 5 before 2025. I mean, it looks like a lot of people like betting. Look at those.
Who made this?
Look at those stats. I mean, that was the OP is the person that made it, or someone from their team. Yeah, but I guess it's the first Lightning Network native prediction market. I think there's a lot of shitcoin ones that have existed, but this is the first Lightning one.
Is this using DLCs, or what is it using? Is it using like DLCs and an Oracle, or is
It might be custodial.
Oh, it's all custodial?
It might be. I do not know.
So it's not using like Nostr or anything?
It might be using Nostr. I don't know.
So they don't talk about that?
I don't know. They might talk about it. It's probably there in the about page. I haven't looked into it too much. I know EK is really into prediction market
stuff.
Yeah, so but I just wanted to cover the top boost, and this came out I think it was previously on testnet and now it's on mainnet.
See a FAQ. What is PREDYX? Let's see. It looks like it's outcome. Is PREDYX illegal? You operate within the bounds of law or jurisdiction we serve. Okay. How do I prediction settled? Your payout faster than a pizza. Yeah, withdraw my earnings. So it looks like there's some FAQ stackers if you want to go check it out.
It looks like they might hold your earnings for 90 days, so I don't exactly know how it works.
I'm always very cautious of anything, and this is not me saying anything. It's just me, my pleb spidey sense. I'm very cautious of anything that I look at that doesn't have like a team page or something.
Oh, if you can't see someone's face, you want to see someone's face.
Well, give me a GitHub or something. Like,
yeah.
I'm always very like, wait and see. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is early. It's a beta. Maybe they didn't have time to make an about page for themselves or whatever. And I think people who are degenerates and bet on this kind of stuff probably don't care too much about that. They just want to get the thrill of possibly.
You said Mega Dreamer is the one that made this?
I believe so. I believe they're the OP.
What did they posted before? Okay, so only 3 posts.
Yeah, from their prediction market.
All right, there you go. Looks like
that's top boost of the week. If you want to be the top boost of the week and get mentioned on this podcast.
Oh, there he goes. I found it. So it looks like he said PREDYX is a subsidiary of Megasats Inc. So there you go.
I don't know what Megasats is.
It looks like it's a corporation.
Yeah, it's incorporated, but I don't know what it.
Megasats Inc. There you go, stackers. Cool. Was that your only post?
That's a top boost.
And then what other post did you have? Oh no, that's it.
We went over my top post. We're on to yours now.
We're gonna jump into Keyan's favorite segment of the week. My post. Just want to share this post here. Wow. This one. We had Juan on. He was out at Startup Day, and we were able to talk Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff. He had some really interesting takes on Bitcoin.
He was an Anarcho-Polko citizen.
Oh.
I saw him on an HBO series.
That's what you told me.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that, but we talked about everything else. Yeah. Check it out, Stackers, if you want to learn more about what he does. Definitely has some original takes. If you're looking for original takes.
He's been in Bitcoin a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to share was this. I thought was really interesting. If anybody's played with this, definitely let us know in the comments. We are launching a Zap-powered anonymous eSIM service on Nostr. So this got published this week. I thought this was really cool.
It is really cool. Apparently what you do is I think you zap a post that they have, and then they DM you
Kinda
like
cool.
a eSIM code. And
That could be very handy. You land in
Botswana.
Yeah, you land anywhere and you just need it. So I thought that was really cool because it's definitely needed in the Bitcoin space. Is
More
eSIM via Zap. So that's cool. Look, you got people that verified it. Right
Yeah,
here.
you look these important
Alby's
people.
verified it. Zeus has verified it. Bitcoin Rocks has verified it. William Perdomus has verified it. And then UTX Webmaster verified it. So if it all goes wrong, blame these guys.
Don't blame anyone or the people that run it. Blame the people
No, I'll keep it aside. I think it's really interesting. Look, it's working too. Look.
Yeah.
15 people have tried it. Anyways, wanted to share that. The other thing was Tornado Cash motions to dismiss and compel denied. This was in the politics and law territory. So the judge in the Tornado Cash case delivered an oral ruling today, rejecting both the defense's motion to compel discovery and their motion to dismiss the charges. It's not pretty, but here's a quick summary. The motion to compel is denied as the judge concluded that the defense didn't meet the burdens necessary at this point related to the information they seek. She did warn the government that they had better play fair under Brady law, but wasn't ready to even do an camera review. The money transmitter laws aren't vague and are sufficiently clear. There was no need for defendants to control the funds, ! There is no First Amendment protection for functional code. What is that last? That's the thing I couldn't understand here. What does that last part mean? There's no First Amendment protection for functional code? How do they determine functionality in code?
I think they're saying that the code that the Tornado Cash people are maintaining software that's running, and that isn't if the software is running somewhere, that is not the service of it is not protected under the First Amendment. Because
so that's the functioning part that they're talking about?
Yes.
So if you're running a server somewhere under your name,
or your code is running on a server somewhere and someone is using it, because I don't believe they actually ran this code. It was an Ethereum smart contract, so it's running on other people's computers.
They can't say that though. That's why is there no First Amendment protection? It's like writing a book and then saying that.
I mean, it doesn't mean it's illegal. It just means that what the judge is stating is that, in their opinion, the First Amendment does not protect. It protects code, code that's out there, but running code it does not protect. Is what they seem to be.
That doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm really dumb on this kind of stuff.
There is a distinction between the two, so it makes sense that someone might split hairs that way.
Because that's like writing a book and then saying it's not allowed to be read or be accessed from a library. But you're still protected under the First Amendment right of writing the book. So it's like it's saying that you're only able to write the code. You're not able to actually, you're not protected after you release it, basically. Like you can write anything you want, but you're not protected after it's been released. Does that make sense? That's what I feel like they're trying to say.
I think there is a meaningful difference between a book that's static and it's a lot like the work when it was finished, the way it is, versus like a service being out there. It's kind of like like manufacturing a gun and selling guns is not illegal, but shooting people with them is. I think is kind of more so the point that they're getting at. I'm not saying I agree, but I do think there is.
But I'm trying to say, but Smith & Wesson doesn't get blamed for every illegal shooting, right? Like
that's true.
So that's what I'm trying to understand, like where the line is there.
It might also be the judge doesn't fully understand yet. This is just some early motions in the trial, trying to see if they can save time, defending these specific charges. And it looks like every, I forget what these are called, but every charge that they tried to get, removed, it ended up getting denied. The 3 was the one that really stuck out to me. 4 is really bad, but
4 is really bad. I think that's when I look at this, I can see all the other ones, maybe, but the 4th one makes no sense to me. Like, literally, because we just talked about it. Like when you kind of talk it out, it doesn't make any sense. It's like where's the line then? Is it the line when it gets written down and then released? Or is the line in your head when you think of the idea? Because it could keep getting pushed back. Am I making sense? I'm probably not making sense.
I don't know. I think you made your point clear that you don't think there's much of a distinction, and I think it's a fair point to make. It's just these things are argued on legal grounds, not like kind of whether they make sense in someone's head. And then the one about them being money transmitters, even though they're not taking control of the funds, that will have huge ramifications for Bitcoin and other cryptos more generally if that ends up becoming precedent. But likely what this will take, probably quite a long time for this trial to go through, and then it'll get appealed over and over again. And yeah, we'll really know what the rules are when it hits the Supreme Court, which I would guess this will have to, because I'd guess they're not really going to get appropriate rulings.
I can actually see this. I think if depending on which verdict they go with, and this is not me just like saying these things, this is me just kind of knowing the climate that we're in. I think if some of these things pass, I think you're going to see an outright revolt. That's what I think.
I think Bitcoin and crypto in general is full of like social media warriors, and I don't think they're going to revolt for shit. I think they're all.
I think with this one you kind of have to.
I think for that one we might get. I think everyone in the what's nice about that is that'll affect everyone in the software industry. So people with money, people who actually who care about software freedom, they'll probably jump in. But for number 3, I think I don't think most people would. They would probably be upset about it.
Yeah, I don't think number 3. These, I think it's mostly 4 for me. I think that one you would see people revolt. And I think you're right. Maybe it would come from other places, not just the Bitcoin space. But that's.
I haven't seen much revolting happen.
Well, they've never come after your fingers and your mind. This is pretty much as soon as your fingers touch the keyboard, then it's basically training. It's like the thought police at that point. That's what it's turning into. Literally out of the page of 1984. That's what if this passes. Anyways, but what did Siggy say? Did he jump in here? Oh, he did. He said, if what you say is accurate and I have no reason to think it isn't, it might be too depressing to read. So.
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to seeing more summaries of
Siggy. You should read it. Let us know.
Trial. I think they did what's their name? Arcasys did a really good summary, and I usually go to the rage.co for this kind of stuff. They cover these things really well.
Yeah. Well, keep posting this stuff. I think we need to get ahead of it. This should be something people should be talking about. All right, cool. The other one I wanted to bring up was hacking Kia cars remotely. Did you see this? So apparently you can now hack a Kia car with just a license plate. So this person went on YouTube and made this kind of a hack here with their Kia tool. Isn't that crazy? Look, he just put it in the VIN retriever, putting the exploit.
Okay, so he gets the VIN,
gets the exploit, and then take over, and then look at the car. So the car, then I think the front. Oh yeah, it looks like it. Nope, it's still locked. So check at the back door. Still locked. Trunk locked. Wait up. Pulls open the phone, and now he's running. Oh, the exploit's still running, it looks like.
Okay, it hasn't
it's
done
fetching all this stuff, and then it looks like here. Let's see if it does it. I love the animation. Look at that. Okay, now it looks like it's unlocked, and then he's hitting manage vehicles. So wow. So he basically just pwned the Kia car, and now he's able to unlock the Kia car.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Can he start it?
Yeah, we're about to see right here. Look. So now he's like, okay, cool. Start. And he just hit the start button and it's sending. Oh, and he has a GPS. Who needs Uber when you can just call on your Kia car to come pick you up? No,
Or someone else's Kia
This just
car.
shows you, man, like gas powered vehicles, man.
You can do this with all the gas powered.
Get that 1992 Dodge, whatever, Dodge Ram, Dodge Colt, whatever, and have a backup car.
Yeah, you want like a pre-modern computer car.
Yeah,
if you're trying to avoid. This
I thought that was
situation.
crazy, and then they inside this Sam Curry site it goes into the vulnerability and the write up. But this got lost in the sauce somewhere. Stacker News. But when I saw this, I was like, whoa. I don't know of anybody that owns a Kia, but if I did, I'd be sending them this. So if you're listening and you own a Kia, you should probably send this over.
I know someone who owns a Kia.
Really?
We were talking about them earlier in the podcast.
Oh,
Remember?
yep. No bueno. Definitely.
There's maybe something you can do to prevent it. Maybe not. Maybe
I don't know. I feel like the Kias are so cheap as far as like the cars that they're probably not spending any time on the security stuff. Could be wrong.
I don't think they're actually that cheap
Anymore. Thought they were like one of the less expensive cars that you could buy.
Well, there are a lot of less expensive cars, but it doesn't mean they have.
I didn't mean
these
cheap and cheap. I meant like less expensive.
I think it's it's like comparable to a Hyundai or
Nissan.
maybe a Nissan.
Yeah.
I mean, but Toyotas are affordable cars, so are Hondas. Like, basically most car manufacturers make some economy car.
Yeah. Anyway, stackers. There you go. And then the other one was the dead internet theory comes to life with a new AI-powered social media app. So this is fascinating. So apparently, this company called Social AI basically is 100% fake interactions. So you'll be on their social app and you'll be communicating with people, but they're all AI bots. Isn't that crazy, Keyan? So look, like here it says, pick the types of followers you want to follow, and then you're basically like you'll post like your tweet or whatever, and then it'll just automatically reply back, in like a bot form, and everybody knows that they're talking to AI bots.
Yeah, so everyone in your feed that you see is AI or bots that they.
Even the people that reply to you, and people are okay. It's a popular app. People are okay with it.
I mean, is it popular because people are getting value from it, or is it popular because it has this kind of shock appeal that everyone's like this curiosity appeal?
I think it's
because you haven't downloaded. So
I think it's all three. I would insert a third one there. I think it's actually probably a better experience on social media, and then it also is probably they're getting the information they want, and then they're also getting the information they want. So is that to me, this is kind of a weird turn. I didn't see this. This wasn't on my bingo card this year as well. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's been popping up. This is one of them where like, whoa, I didn't even think about making a whole social app around AI bots, and then you just living in that matrix and being okay with it. And it sounds like people are okay with it.
We don't know if people are okay with it. I don't know. I didn't read this post. I don't know how many people are. Yes, I love this experience. I know there is. I know in Japan for several years they've had a lot of kind of AI, like AI girlfriends are popular among a segment of the population. So maybe this is a similar thing where people get to. This is like confirmation bias on steroids, where it's literally telling you everything you want. Not just finding the content that you want to see and showing it to you. It's literally creating the content you want to see. I don't know. I think these kinds of things are terrible, but maybe, if they're actually helping people and they actually make them feel better and their life is better and they're happier, that's great.
Yeah. So I think it's fascinating. Like, I can't believe like this was made and was created and somebody thought of this. It's kind of one of those experiments that you want to see behind like a glass. The way I look at it is kind of like, did you ever see that movie Ex Machina?
Yes, I saw that movie.
Yeah, where he was like
times.
testing this new AI bot girl or whatever.
Yes.
And then he brings an engineer to come test. This is kind of what I see that, but like unleashing it into the wild and saying, forget the test. We're just going to go straight to ship it. It's kind of like, what is like, is this going to start more people creating alternate versions of other social media apps to fit this kind of like,
this model of
AI. Social AI, that's where my mind automatically goes. It's like, oh man, what are the second, third effects of something like this getting created? Because there's somebody gonna be like, oh, well, maybe you have it this way. And anyway, it goes back to just a lot of what we saw this week in regards to like Snap also just announced their new XR glasses. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not see that. You told me about it though.
Yeah, super fascinating. And then Zuck also revealed his new Meta, and then he also released his own.
What is he wearing?
I don't know. That guy's having a midlife crisis. And then also his new Meta glasses too as well. So, what do you think about the whole XR or AR, I should say, AR glasses and all that kind of stuff, Keyan?
Oh, I love the idea of AR. I think it'll be huge once the tech is right. I wouldn't buy an AR from any of these companies that make their money from serving you ads, because they're paying attention to everything you say, everything you do. They're sending all that the camera footage back to their server. I wouldn't trust my privacy with them at all. But as far as like the experience, I do think it will be an improved experience over holding a screen in your hand and putting it in front of your face. It's literally like, kind of in the air, at its most minimal. I think it'll be pretty cool.
I actually think AR is definitely the path forward, because it puts you still in the world, but you're still in there. Like you, I agree too. I don't know if I would trust these guys looking through my lenses or whatever. No pun intended. But you can always throw some tape on there, maybe. I don't know.
Well, then you might as well just not.
Yeah, that's where I think, this is where I was talking to Jim about this earlier this week. I actually think there's going to be two futures. I think we'll see kind of like more of a Blade Runner future, where you'll have these big corporations running a lot of this stuff, and then you'll have like the alternative guys doing their own kind of like mock-ups of this version. Like I can see a Raspberry Pi of this version, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I think there'll be an open source version of this.
Oh yeah, definitely get the open source version.
Yeah, and that could probably do way cooler stuff than so I think I'm going to wait for that. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. This is the Snap one. Yeah.
Okay, so all that stuff is shown through the glasses. They're projecting them onto the glasses. Okay.
It's kind of interesting to see that even though like Apple had all the money in the world, had all the partnerships in the world, still couldn't release anything close to this.
Well, they went VR. They went the other way. And I think their product is probably actually better for VR experiences than these would be, but it's a totally different thing. I see their headset replacing work like desks and monitors. These are more, you wear them everywhere. It replaces your phone eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, this could replace your phone and probably even your headphones too.
Oh yeah, if it has like directional audio.
How do we know you're not wearing some right now? Are you wearing?
These are titanium. So unless I'm from like the future and I'm using like a quantum computer embedded in them, there's no AR there.
Yeah.
Or it's inside. Maybe I've been implanted.
Maybe a whole hat's the computer that you're hiding.
You'll never see what's under this hat. Never.
All right. That's all my stories for this week. It was a good week on Stacker News. A lot of news, a lot of big releases. Really cool to see. Let's
cool to see.
Jump into the top stackers. Undisciplined. Wow. Taking number one.
Dead. Kicking butt.
Coins Reporter, Coob, Great Ruby, Satsora? Satsora. Desert Dave. Yeah. Usual stackers. I think Undisciplined is the only one that made a move here.
Yeah.
Jump into the most boring segment, Larry Tuver. Most boring segment the most popular segment in Bitcoin, the Cowboy segment, which I think is taking over because Keyan's all about cowboy hats now. It's an even bigger cowboy hat.
Howdy, y'all.
Keyan. cowboy segment. Here you go.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in charge of the cowboy segment. Maybe that's why it's so popular.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it looks like there really hasn't been much movement. These cowboys are serious about keeping their hats, and that's what they've done. I don't think most of these, and someone might have dropped out, but it doesn't look like it. I bet most people have maintained the hat, and some people really figured it out. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think if you want to get into this top 5 now, I think you probably have to have over a year. I think you have to have been holding on to your hat for a year.
A year.
That's right, sir.
Dang, man. See, this is how it happens in the Wild West. You think you're a part of the general store, and you're not.
That's right. You don't know who's on that land.
You don't know whose land you're occupying, apparently.
No.
I definitely recommend the Stackers go check out, what's that movie, Unforgiven? Did you ever see that movie with Clint Eastwood?
I probably did. I might have did when I was younger. It's in my watch list.
You should watch it. It's one of the better cowboy movies that's out there that doesn't get any nearly as enough like fanfare, but Unforgiven.
It's like one of the most popular. It's like one of the most famous ones.
No, it's like people think of True Grit, Cowboys and Aliens, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then all the John Wayne stuff, but Magnificent Seven.
Isn't Unforgiven a John Wayne?
3 and 10 to Yuma.
Doesn't Unforgiven have John Wayne in it?
No, it has Clint Eastwood.
Oh, I confused them. Okay.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's a good cowboy movie.
I wonder what Clint Eastwood.
Maybe that'll be my pick every week. Maybe every week during the cowboy segment, I'll just recommend a cowboy movie.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, this week check out Unforgiven. It's a good cowboy drama. And stay tuned next week. I got more cowboy picks for you. Maybe that'll be my contribution to the cowboy segment. Every week, new cowboy movie. Maybe that's what we'll do.
People will stop blocking the segment, possibly.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I think that's all we got for Stacker News Live this week.
That's right.
Look at that top post. That's funny.
What? Our hardware wallet's a shit coin. Oh, some people think they are.
Got fountain boosts because it's been a while. Vake said, "Do not deviate from the lane you occupy," in all caps. What else do we got? And I think I saw one from Blockchain Boog, but like I said, the fountain stuff keeps not showing up on here. Oh yeah, here goes. Blockchain Boog said, "Zap, no more boost reads." No, Boog, it's just the comments on fountain. They're not usually what they do, where you go into the thing. Anyway, that's pretty much...
That's the only boost we got?
That's the only boost we got.
All right. What are you doing this weekend?
No, I'm supposed to ask that first. Keyan.
Well, you weren't.
What are you doing this weekend?
Nothing. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to do more of what I normally do, but on the weekend.
What do you usually do on the weekend? You just kind of hang out?
I'll work from home. So I do my normal work day. I'll maybe cut it short a little bit. But I'll do the newsletter on Saturdays. Then me and my wife will usually order Colombian food. And that's like our treat for the week. And then I'll do it again on Sunday. And that's pretty much my weekend. But it's like a normal day, but I do it from home. I don't have to come into the office. But yeah, that's probably what I'll do. How about you? I
think this week I'm probably going to have some church stuff to do. And then I have some work I need to get done. So a lot of stuff for next week. Just need to get all that going. And then that's pretty much it. So not a terribly busy week. Not like last week. This last weekend. We got some posts here. Vic said stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane again.
I don't know why Vic keeps saying I don't know why Vic keeps saying stay in your lane.
You know why. You swerving. You don't need, you say you don't need maps, but it looks like you don't.
Got B. Hodling says that hat is this a debut or part of the regular live look?
Oh, it's it's relatively new. I got fitted for this hat.
Who even knows?
About a couple weeks ago.
Coins Reporter says, "Good morning, Coop and Car. Howdy." Hey, how's it going?
Howdy.
B. Hodling said compliance. I don't know what compliance means. There's so many possibilities. Yes, I agree. Blood Poet said we're evolving.
Who?
Blood Poet said that.
Who's evolving though?
Probably us as Pokemon, maybe. She said, "Shout out Lemonade." There you go. Boom. Maybe I'm bringing Lemonade back.
Shout.
Fishizzle said, "Low exactly," and said, "This reminds me of the movie Her."
Oh, yeah. We're talking about Ex Machina on the AI thing.
Yeah, totally.
It's crazy.
Staggers, you go out there this weekend and, find your happiness.
Find your happiness.
Find your happiness. Find some things to quit.
There you go.
Find some things to quit. Find your happiness. And, watch Unforgiven. It's a good movie. You enjoy it. I'm actually not lying when I say that. It's actually a really good
I
movie.
believe it. It's
a good movie.
It's supposed to be very good. It's recommended to me all the time.
I think that was like one of the last Westerns Clint Eastwood directed. So.
Oh, cool. He's still out there, ain't he?
Yeah.